and roll? All right. I've got a long case for you tonight or today. Sorry, I always say tonight because when we're recording, it's nighttime. And I always feel it's in real time. I always forget about people watching this when they do watch it. It's usually at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. So I've got a long case for you today. How about that? Um, yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie. Not super old, but definitely something I should have revisited way sooner than 2026. So, anyways, what I am going to be reviewing with you is a case we did as almost like a week long nonstop investigation.
Okay.
This is not the first location that we did, but it is the second location that was on our list. So I am talking about the Washoe Club or Old Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada, which I just love so much. That place was so fun. Um, the unfortunate part of it was we did this investigation after we did an investigation the night before, and a long ass drive, which I did not do any part of. I was just a comedic relief for Wendy while she did all the driving. So by the time we got to the Washoe Club, we were pretty beat up and tired. So we did our best to stay up as long as we could, and then we tried to go to sleep. Um, Unfortunately for me, I left my audio recorder on the entire time we attempted to sleep, but not unfortunate for you because I did get tons of EVPs off of this investigation. So because I got so many EVPs, I broke it up into before museum EVPs and during museum while we slept EVPs. So I've
Makes
got,
sense.
I've got, I didn't want to just do clip like I used to do. Like I even went back and I just had a wild hair and I was like, let me just look at Sedumsville because I knew I had some good stuff from Sedumsville. And you go to our YouTube channel and you play the clips and it's just like super fast. It's like, here's the clip in your face, next clip, super fast in your face, next clip. I was like, geez, this is almost as bad as like being on a puke ride at the fair. And it sucks because there's some good stuff there, but it's like bam, 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 bam. So what I did here is the same exact thing, but it's one long clip. So
I appreciate it. So lots of funny things about what you just said. First off, so for people that don't get this, I mean, I'm sure you do that. Like we record every other week, and so Chris will do her bit first. We record that, and then I'll do mine. So it's all in the same night, but it's 2 weeks worth of shows. I almost did this location,
I
and
knew, oh my gosh. I think it's so funny that you say that because I'm like, I bet she did this location too. That would have been awesome though. It would have just been like back to back nonstop Washoe Club.
Yeah. So what had happened is you know how I told you I found those flash drives full of photos and stuff? I started loading them onto my external hard drive, and I guess I'm overwhelming my external hard drive. So I
Oh,
pulled off a bunch of different cases, but the Washoe Club was one that I was looking at,
oh.
and I just hadn't like gotten all of it together, and so so it's not what I'm gonna do tonight for next week, but it almost
Spoiler.
was. I was like,
Oh
oh,
man.
I was like, I should hunker down and try to find all my audio and everything for this. But yeah, that's funny that we were kind of on the same page. Another
Yeah.
thing, what this is what happens. I don't have a
Uh,
brain. So I was gonna say I already forgot what I was gonna tell you. So there's that, and never mind. I forgot what the other thing was.
It'll come back to you. Maybe it was about one of the places that we went to during our week long extravaganza. Like I was sitting here trying to be like before tonight, like trying to remember the exact chain of events, like all the places we hit so many places during that week, and I don't even know if it was a week, but we stayed at like the Mitzpah. We stayed. Is that even how you say it? Mitzpah.
Mizpah, the Mizpah
Mizpah.
in Tonopah. This is fun.
Tonopah.
Yeah, fun to say.
Yeah.
I remembered what I was going to say. It was a long week. I think it was 5 days for us. So
It was, right?
it
Yeah.
wasn't even a full week, but it was 5 days and we jam packed the whole thing.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was going to say is about how you were talking about the little clips.
Hmm.
And we used to do that because we wanted people to really focus on that one EVP and not be like distracted by like a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
However, I was every time I'm thinking about going to a new location, and it could just be like a hotel that, we're going to be in the
Mm.
area or something. So do I want to book a room there or not? I'll go on YouTube and look to see if there's stuff that people have done there. But when I see like 1 minute clips and stuff, I don't watch them. I
Oh, really?
I
The
don't.
longer ones you don't? Yeah.
I watch the longer ones because I want to just be able to like, set it up and kind of like get into it. And a
Yeah.
1 minute clip, I know what it is. It's probably a tiny bit of evidence because
Hmm.
we do the same thing sometimes, but I'll skip over those. So I appreciate the longer clips. I think that it is the way to go now. People want to kind of sit back for a little while and really be into something.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad that you feel that way because you get snuggly and comfy because you're going to be sitting for a minute. Or like I think two of my videos are 10 minutes long, but there'll be, stopping points and we'll chit chat through it. But some of the voices that I have again are, the quiet, whispery ones that you really have to strain your ear to hear. Some of them though are impressively loud. And like a couple of times I'm like, is that Wendy? But how could that be Wendy talking when she's talking? Like, how do you do that, Wendy? How do you throw your voice like that? Like, I'm like, what in the hell is happening?
It's
So,
a
like,
talent I have. I never knew
you,
about.
you should have told me about that much sooner. We could have been like famous ghost hunters at this point because you do a really good job. No, I'm just kidding. So, all right, I'll try to jump right into it if I can remember how to do this. Another thing that I did because I had clipped all of these is I clipped them all as individuals. So you will see the location pop up every single time because I was prepared to load every single one of these as individual clips. So in case you forget at some point where we're investigating, you'll get a reminder. It'll pop up. So you can tell that we're just getting started. That all that clanking around, that's us like kind of walking in and unloading. No, not walking in. We had already done the podcast, so we're kind of like getting all of our equipment out.
Hmm. So we're in the Washoe Club, not in the museum, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's right. Yep. Sorry, I didn't say that. So all of the EVPs you're going to hear at this point on this session are just from us being within the club, not in the museum at all.
Gotcha. Which is like, I guess if you've ever been to the Washoe Club, it's the second floor. Then it's above like the bar and the
Hmm.
museum and all of that.
Yes, exactly. So, hmm, we when we did the podcast and everything, we were kind of waiting for things to die down a little bit in the bar. So you will still hear a couple of people like getting rowdy. Those voices come through a little bit, but um, the only ones that I clipped were the ones that I felt were out of place. So like it's sometimes it's pretty obvious when it's someone in the bar, like they were getting rowdy, they were hooting and hollering. At one point, someone was like, "I love you," like really having a good time. But this one came through just as we're done with the podcast. So that's either you putting podcast stuff up or us getting stuff out to start recording. And that first EVP that comes through is sloppy business. And I don't know if they're talking about our business or what. Like, but
Probably.
I thought it was funny. Yeah, right. Like, some of these EVPs, they're humorous, and some of them are just like I don't even know what they're talking about. So
They could be talking to themselves then. I mean, because at one point in time, it was like a millionaires type club, right? So
yeah.
if it's guys sitting around talking about business or something, then I mean, I could see where that kind of those words would come out, maybe them discussing somebody else's business. I mean,
Mm.
but if they hate investigators, then,
Right.
they might be criticizing how we're doing things. But
That's that's kind of how I took it. Like they were criticizing what we were doing. They were doing it in a manner that was sort of like time period of where they were coming from. That sloppy business, like where we would just be like, wow, what a bunch of lazy assholes, or look how sloppy they are. Like they're just like sloppy business. Oh, okay, guys, wait, just wait. We were just getting started.
Yeah, Jesus.
All right, so I replayed that one a couple of times. That clip's kind of long because you just hear us kind of, there's nothing else going on but that word that comes through. I'll just skip to it so you can hear it one more time before I move on. All right, so the next one, let me jump ahead. We're still in the club. See, Washoe Club. Like I said, you won't forget. This one's really faint, and in this one you can hear some of the people still in the bar, and obviously either us pulling equipment out or putting it back. But I get shoot her, shoot now, coming through very, very whispery.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm leaning towards residual so far, but
Yeah,
let's see.
yeah, I agree with that because this could be a card game or something like, or dice or something, or maybe
Just,
legit like a gun, like
yeah.
shoot. And this one's so quiet. And honestly, after I listened to this one a couple of times, it might be can you see probably instead of problem, but it's this one's super, super faint. It's tough to make out. Hope you got your noise canceling headphones on. If not, good luck. But it's this one's tough. You can kind of, I think the one thing that's going to stand out the most in this clip is the like the kind of mousy voice that I put problem at first because that's what I heard, but I hear it more say probably now, but it's a low squeaky probably, you know.
I feel like you can hear can you see or at least
Oh,
see
you can, yeah,
like pretty clearly. But yeah, it's very wispy, quiet.
it is.
Yeah, I mean they're ghosts, so
Some of them, yeah, some of them are pretty quiet. This next one um, is one of my. I'm not really sure what to think. So what happens right in the beginning of the clip is I'm coughing as I do on every time there's a recorder around me. And I coughed a ton at the Washoe Club. Like my allergies were just really wreaking havoc on me. And then there is a noise that follows up, but you can also hear me interacting with Wendy in this. So, we're there. And it kind of sounds like I'm acknowledging something that Wendy says, but the reason why I put this in here is because I actually feel like I'm acknowledging the other noise that Wendy mentions and not the thing that I clipped. So with that explanation, I'm going to play that. It's a little weird. Yeah. Do you want me to pull out the SLS? Or do you want to
I
just...
figured we'd probably do it in this room because
Yeah.
you have to have a cord.
Right.
Actually, we have to do it in this room then,
Yeah.
yes. That's a terrible car.
All right, Wendy, you don't remember like making that coughing noise, do you? Because
oh,
I don't think it's you, because like your voice comes through right after that, and we were talking immediately about this car that's outside making this loud humming.
mm-hmm.
So that's why I said, did a ghost just mock my coughing? Because it's like Damn, this chick with her allergies. Yeah. Do you want me to pull out the SLS, or do you want to
I
just?
figured we'd probably do it in this room.
You don't even sound like you're right up on the recorder like that noise was.
No, I'm pretty confident that it's not me. No,
It's like,
I don't have allergies like you do.
no.
And I don't remember being sick during this trip at all. So,
Yeah.
you know, I,
No, you weren't.
I don't think that's me whatsoever.
So this one's not residual. I think they were getting tired of hearing me cough. And they're like mocking me. So that's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of interaction there. The next clip, I didn't like play it and then you hear a recap
Hmm.
of what I do. I just recap the entire clip because there's a lot going on. So you just hear the entire clip twice. It's a little weird, but here's the next one.
I'm gonna take a picture. Or not. Well, I'm gonna turn it on first.
So I get Kaka right in the beginning of the clip, and then Peter, or actually the way it said the name Peter, like I had to replay it a million times because I'm like, is it Peter? It says it in a really like with the deep accent, like Peter, almost like they're Russian or something, Peter. And I'm probably doing like a terrible Russian accent, but um, then I hear this and then maybe possible singing. And I know that you're there trying to turn your camera on because you say, well, I'm going to take some pictures. Well, maybe if I could turn it on. But I don't think that noise is your camera because you can then hear your camera making the camera noise that it makes. Um, and right then I hear Fui Kaka. Like, is this sloppy business lady again with her Fui Kaka? So here's the whole clip again, now that you heard it the first time and with my explanation, and see if you can pick up on those voices.
I'm gonna take a picture. Or not. Well, I'm gonna turn.
So then you hear the camera noise right there, the beep, 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 and then
Yeah, yeah.
Fui Kaka. So that's why I didn't think that the other stuff was your camera. I really felt like that was some kind of weird singing.
No, I don't think my camera makes that. I mean, I know what camera that is. I don't think it makes that noise at all. These are
Yeah,
the weirdest, like, like, what are
I
you
know.
talking about?
I don't know.
But that,
Oh my gosh.
but they're pretty clear, and especially that last one, I feel like is even clearer because we've gotten a little quieter at the moment. The
Yes.
singing is hard to say
Mhm.
where it's happening because there were
Yeah.
open windows in the Washoe Club as well. Like you couldn't close them. And
Yeah.
the town stayed pretty poppin' for a while.
Oh
But
man, yeah. Oh yeah.
but I don't know, at some point it really did die down. And again, we usually know when we hear outside noise, but it I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
but this whole speech,
I
whatever they're
know.
talking about, is insane. Like,
Right. So I buy that. The singing and all of that could have been outside noise. It could have been bar noise. I buy that. The kaka and the fui kaka, like I don't, that would be so weird for someone to just be randomly saying that. I mean, and it's loud enough to where I can hear the words. I thought at first the first kaka that comes through, I thought it said Papa, but I listened to it like I that was my EVP, right? So I go and I listen to that one a couple times. I'm like, I think she's saying kaka, like shit, like what is she talking about? And then Pieter came through, and I'm like, maybe that's not Pieter, but I can't make anything else out there but Peter. It's just not the way that I would say it. So yeah, the other things could be outside noise, or maybe I had a camera that was making some weird noises. I just don't recognize them. But then yeah, Fui Kaka comes through, and I don't know, maybe someone was just kind of throwing their hands up with us. Fui Kaka. I don't know. It's so silly. It's a weird EVP.
It is. It is a weird EVP. I still would lean towards residual and like they're in
Yes.
their own world and having a conversation with somebody that we're only getting bits and pieces of it.
Yes.
But that's hilarious because I also don't think that's like kind of how I would imagine that it is somebody from another country that is using these types of words. Like,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
yeah, I know it's from like a past time period, but I don't think a lot of Americans use the word caca, you know? So, uh,
That's
I,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's somebody, even fooey is a weird word.
It
So,
is,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I think that is really cool. That's a cool catch.
Yeah. I think that's the only time I get anything like that that's really just bizarre. I mean, there's some more bizarre stuff, but that one, I think that's the most fun of all of these EVPs that I caught. Um, this next one is very short. I didn't replay it. It's odd. It could be outside noise. I just thought it was interesting.
On first.
Not that.
Like it looks like a bullet hole in that glass.
Oh,
It's
that's
not a
cool.
hole, but
It's like a bubble. That's all it is. Just kind of a weird yell that comes out, and it could be just someone outside. It's oh, it wasn't the coyotes yet. We did hear some coyotes, which is pretty cool, and I do have them in one of the clips. But that one, it could just be something outside. I just thought that was odd, the way that it comes in.
Yeah, again, and if we didn't note anything about it, then that's kind of
Right.
interesting because
I-
I think we
yeah.
would comment, even like I know we commented when the coyotes started up and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You pointed out that that's what they were, because I was like, "What the hell is that?" And you said it's coyotes.
Yeah, because they can make really strange noises.
Sure can. Like they yelp and stuff, and it's kind of like it sounds like maybe babies or some weird noises. Like
Yes.
it was freaky.
Yeah, it can be.
So as you can see, we've moved on to one of your favorite, maybe. I mean, you do like the doll, even though it's kind of a creepy item there in the haunted club where we are. We did a lot of investigating around the doll, and I got a couple of EVPs during this time frame. So right now, yeah, you are asking about the doll's backstory, trying to get some communication going from someone in the room or whatever, but mostly we're focusing on the doll.
like haunted collection
Wow.
of items. I don't think it was strictly just dolls. But you're owned by someone, I believe, that works here at the Washoe.
Oh,
And that's why you reside here? Or were you a gift?
all right. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Ah, good. Because this clip right here plays into another clip that I have later on. I thought that that was pretty interesting. But anyways, yeah, so I'm home is what I got. She's not really giving you an answer to what you're asking. You're trying to figure out like her backstory, like I said before, where she came from, and you're just giving her the rundown of what you heard. But yeah, so we get I'm home. Not sure if that was her or if that was just another entity in the room. This next one's fun.
I think so. No, maybe, yeah, well, no, it's got foot pedals.
Yeah,
It has to be a piano. Some kind of piano.
it's some kind of
This is
string.
the Victrola that's missing.
Is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, it just looks like it's stripped or whatever.
Hmm.
I think it's talking about us guessing as to what it is.
Fair, fair. We do spend a lot of time like just looking at the stuff that's in these haunted places and like taking dumb guesses at what they are, not knowing really anything about the history of historic items or whatever, time periods. Like, I watch fictional period pieces and think I know what I'm talking about, you know?
Well, we spend so much time in these places too, and we don't hear any responses that we're getting. And a lot of times when you play back, you don't hear anything then either. So you're trying to talk it up. Maybe something would have a connection with one of these pieces. So you're hoping that by saying maybe it's Victrola, someone will be like, yeah. But this time they're just like, no, just, just give up. Oh, and that's the first of many yawns. So I just wanted to replay that a couple of times because you could hear it better. So this next one, you'll hear the coyotes that I was talking about a second ago, and an EVP, two EVPs that come through that don't really make a lot of sense. So let's take a listen to that one.
Are they maybe getting in their car now?
Sounds like they're locking up.
Oh.
They're trying to get into this one.
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by the blind girl, but it happens at the same time the coyotes are there, so you really have to kind of strain your ear to hear that over the coyotes, and plus the coyotes hearing them it's so cool. It's kind of what you want to focus on in this clip, which makes it even harder. But I don't hear blonde because I thought, well, maybe that would make more sense. Neither one of us are blonde, but maybe there was a spirit there. Do you know of any stories about a blind girl in this
No.
location? I don't
No,
either.
no, I don't remember anything like that. But I mean, this location has been many things over the years. It started as this millionaires club above a bar, when it was a booming mining town, but it's also then went to like being a boarding house. And then, of
Oh
course,
yeah.
it had, sex workers in there. I imagine that was a part of the millionaires club, but maybe even as a boarding house too.
Mm.
So, who knows? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it's very possible there was a blonde or a blind girl that was ever
Sure.
there. We also wear glasses. I don't know if they're trying to like talk about us, but we have glasses on. We're not blind. So I'm not saying that they're talking about us. And then if they're trying to single somebody out too, I assume we both have glasses on during this time.
Yeah.
You sometimes have contacts in, but I don't think it's very often these days.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally stopped doing that. But you're right. And so this is another one of those clips where I thought I'm only able to pick up some of the words because I get the blind girl and then nothing. Maybe this was just fragments of a longer statement. Like maybe the blind girl sees nothing or can feel nothing. Like like what else was there that I wasn't able to pick up?
Yeah, again, so many of these EVPs I feel like are residual. Like
Yeah.
they're not connecting to anything that we're saying other
Hmm.
than like I'm home.
Hmm.
But then again, that could also just be somebody saying that, or give up while you can while we're guessing at something. Well, they could be talking about could be two spirits talking. That could be a conversation that was left over. And,
Yes.
and we're just, we're thinking it goes along with what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd still say a lot of this right now is feeling residual. So
Mhm.
I don't know for sure I don't think they're really talking about us.
I feel that. I feel that it's really strange how, as things progress, that does seem to shift a little bit. I definitely agree with you that a lot of the EVPs that I have too, I kind of feel are multiple spirits that are interacting with each other. And it could definitely be more on a residual manner than on a real time, unless they're having a real time conversation, just ignoring us, which sometimes I kind of felt like that. They're just like having their own like chit chats. I mean, maybe this was the place where there was just always people around. So they were just always having interactions and ignoring everybody else that was going around them. So maybe we just kind of bumped into that kind of a field on multiple occasions while we were here. But yeah, that was just another one of those. It didn't make sense, but I felt like it was fragments, and I agree with you that I feel like it's residual.
Residual or not paying attention to us.
Yes.
You're right about that. Like, because if you think about your episode from the Bellamy and how we were saying that they were all just down there sitting at that dining room table.
Yeah.
They're just, they're so used to people that they're still just doing their own little thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you definitely on TV have seen, and I know that's TV and stuff, but they do say there's intelligent spirits here. So again, maybe, and you mentioned it before, we were very low energy coming into this location because it was just a lot. Like, we always hack our schedule, and we're just now kind of learning that we can't do that. Like, we need to kind of have rest time. And that's not what we did here. So by the time we got to the Washoe Club, which was supposed to be our big investigation, the other places were all hotels. This was supposed to be the big, pull out all the stops. By the time we got there, we were like, ugh, can we go to bed?
Yeah. Like you could even hear it in the podcast. Like we were just low energy, like, yes, we're here. I'm ready for bed now. Instead of like the excitement that like we would have had. Like when we pulled up to the location, we were super excited. But after we ate and then it got dark, it was like, oof, now we got to carry all this stuff in and up and down these stairs. And now I'm just not ready.
Yeah, there was that too, like carrying all this stuff in, the whole drive up there. And then we had to wait out the crowds. We had to wait out the bar closing, wait out the street just quieting down. And then by the time you got there, it was a lot of sitting around and waiting. And we were like, yeah, it's bedtime. Let's just do that. We should have been napping while the bar was still going on. We should have just been back there in that museum in our little cots,
Yeah, totally. Now, and you even suggested that at the night, like it was I think the next day when we were up wandering around, I think you had mentioned that, and I thought, no, there's no way I would have been able to take a nap because I was so excited getting in here. And you're like, yeah, you would have. And thinking about when we did that at that was the Copper Queen. It worked out well, and you got touched, so it double worked out. Like we got a nap in, and some activity happened at the same time. So
yeah,
definitely learned our lesson there. I think it's just it's a matter of the amount. You learn as you go, you grow as you go. Like I can't figure out what the statement is there, but I mean we've been doing this for so long that we're just now figuring out how to do it.
Well, I mean, we have changed as people too. So like, we've gotten older, and so yeah, now we know we need to like maybe just slow it down just a little bit. Not so much at one time. 5 days of nonstop. No. Just no.
It's hard. It was a lot of fun, but it's so much of it bled together that it's hard trying to kind of remember we were here or we were there, or how did we get to here when we were like, it was just all one day, that kind of bled into it was 5 days that bled into one day in my mind. So that's why it's hard for me to kind of piece together everything. But yeah, so as I recorded, as we're going on to like, the energy seems to kind of, it does kind of die down. Like as our energy gets lower and lower, some of the EVPs get quieter and quieter. And even as the EVPs come through while I'm recording, while we're sleeping, they're really, really quiet. Like they have zero energy. Like they really do need us to be on our game so that they can come through. Like I've learned a lot from this, like every investigation. But so let me see what's the next one up. Oh yeah. Okay. We are back in the room with the doll. There's a voice that comes through. It's a quiet one. It could be an outside noise. I pointed it out because I'm not really sure what it is.
You know, by the time we were in that room, though, I think it was pretty
It was late.
quiet. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
because we really didn't get up and start moving around until we did the podcast because the bar was so
Right.
loud. And we
Yeah.
thought, well, we could at least do this. And then it started dying down. But, I guess there could be a scraggler out there.
Yeah, it could be. But I wasn't really sure. I was not able to figure out what it was saying. So it's there. You guys at home, you want to give it a shot, please be my guest. Let me know if you can figure it out. I couldn't.
All right, I'm gonna start walking again.
Oh, and that was actually at the end of the EVP session. So I put the recorder in the doll's lap.
Hmm.
And we were asking questions and I was so exhausted. Like I couldn't even think of like, what do I need to ask? What should I ask? What can I try to get? I couldn't even think of things to ask, at this point in time. And this wasn't even that late. Like there was a point later on where I was literally about to fall down, but I give up. I go and I'm like, you can hear me at the end here. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk towards the recorder. But there was something that I caught just before then.
All right, I'm gonna start walking again. I'm just gonna pick up the recorder and play back.
Thank you. So low. And I think the best thing that you might be able to pick out is the I don't want this, but it's so low that it's almost like bop 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 bop, just
I feel like I can hear the tell her, but it is very low. So I'm aware to listen for very low.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's there. And we played that audio back while we were
I
there.
know.
And,
Yeah.
but we would, in the moment, we would not be able to make out this much anyways. Like this is one that you have to listen to over and over again to really break
Yeah.
down all the words.
You are so correct. And when we listened to it, we didn't have headphones in. I'm listening with really good headphones, and I can hear. That's why I'm able to pick up things when we're in the moment, unless it's really clear. Like when we were at the Acadia Ranch, like whoa, that's a voice.
Hmm.
In the bathroom. I mean, when we were in the ranch itself and we heard the pop, 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 we knew something was there, but we couldn't make it out. This one is so low, we didn't even hear pop, 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 none of that. We were just like, well, I didn't catch anything. But now going back and I found something. So I'm pretty excited about that.
So we have to ask you to do silly things like knock over a bear to let us
Oh,
know
how
that
cute.
we're
I
in
didn't
the
even notice in this picture. There's some of our equipment right there. There's my recorder and there's maybe your camera or my camera. I'm not sure. But this picture is not where we were when this clip was recorded. We were actually up, I think, on the third floor at this point because you have the Boo Bear out and you're saying like we have to tell you or we have to ask you to do things, silly things like knock over the Boo Bear. And I think that's where I am. Did we have the Boo Bear out anywhere else?
No, I'm pretty sure that we maybe only took Boo Bear out in that room that had like the moose's head and
Okay. Oh, yeah,
stuff
that's right.
because they said that's the area that kids hang out the most. And there were like toys in there already. So
Okay. I think this is the only thing at this point that I got in that room because we moved. The very next one that I get is not in that room. That's why I was second guessing where I was.
presence of someone. And we're only asking you to do that because we like to have conversations with you. Now maybe you don't. Maybe you have your own world and it's fine and you don't need us at all. And that's great. I'm glad that you're happy-ish in the world that you're in.
More whispering.
The thing is people interested in what happens after death. They can't help but worry that you are not happy in your situation. And we are just trying to help.
I think I let that one play out so long because I was very interested in what you were what you were talking about when you were trying to communicate with the spirits. We're so low energy, and we're trying to think of things that would get any kind of interaction, because we didn't really feel like a lot was going on. But with this one, after everything that you said, a no comes through. Because you're like, are you happy? If you're happy, that's fine. It's just like, no. Like, okay, that's something.
Not happy in your situation, and we are just trying to help. There's a message that you have. There's something that you would like us to bring you.
Passing through.
I guess I didn't replay that one. That's all you get. Just that one no. No replays on that one. I didn't realize it. I mean, here, I guess I can find it again. You can hear no again and again, but geez, I can't even find it. It's gone. There's no. Forget it. I'll just move on. I got a lot of clips anyways. What's one more no?
Passing through.
This one's fun because I think you mentioned it in the clip. I hope I got it in the clip. You felt like you had something tingling in your head, and you thought maybe your hair had caught on, I think, the bench. That's why I kind of use this picture, because I think you thought that your hair had gotten caught. But then you're like, no, that's not possible. My hair's not even touching it. And then there's a voice that comes through.
Well, I mean, they were dancing for sure.
Right.
Like light just rubbed the bench. Oh, I had a tingle.
You'd say it, yeah.
And this was a minute ago. Oh, never mind. I thought, oh, but it's just my hair getting caught. Oh, it's not the. I don't think so. But I mean, it's been a minute. I waited way too long to tell you. Could have just been me, but I thought my hair was trapped on the bench, and now I realize it's not. Huh. Yeah, man, it is warm up here. It's warm up here. This is so weird, because I thought it was going to be freezing.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I told you.
It was harder to hear that last time. I hear the I mean, it was not me, almost as if they were being blamed. I mean, it was not me.
Yeah. They're real quick to be like, we didn't even touch you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't be blaming us for stuff.
Yeah. This voice is cute. And I feel like this is a voice that we get later, not in this same series of clips. But I thought that this one is an intelligent spirit, just the way that it interacts, and the things that it says. But I just want to play that again, because I think it just ended it too quickly.
This is so weird, because I thought it was going to be freezing.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I told you.
Just because, again, that's a voice that comes through, I feel like, later. So just try your best to cement that one in your memory. All right. So Wendy felt touched, and someone was immediately like, hey, not me. So, I mean, but how come they didn't tell us who it was? Come on.
Well, I mean, maybe it really wasn't them at all. Like, the only thing is like, so that's a high ponytail, right?
Yeah.
I have my hair up like that, like all day, and then go to take my hair down. My head will feel, it's very sensitive, so it will feel like all tingly and stuff. But I'm certain I wasn't doing any of that in this moment. And until you take your hair down, you don't really feel the tingle. So, yeah. But maybe I did get it caught on something. It was fairly long at that point. And the spirit just wanted to make sure I knew.
It really wasn't me. It was you.
Yeah.
Well, that's cute, that they were interacting like that. And the voice is really distant, and it's distant in the next time I hear it, but it's the same pitch, and it's interacting with us in the same manner. So I think that one's cute. I think that that's your intelligent spirit right there, or at least one of them.
I mean, not a girl for hire. I'm not incredibly against it. I don't know if
Oh yeah. Okay. So you can hear, I mean, I'm starting to breathe a lot heavier, like I'm so tired. So you'll get a couple of those in these clips. Um, and I think I even mentioned like the next day, like I had gotten so tired, like it was just hard for me to even keep up the pace with my speech. But in this time, again, Wendy's still trying to interact with the spirits, just trying to like drum up some kind of communication. And we do get some clips right here. Um, two of them, two different voices.
your money's worth.
It's me. So the men comes through really echoey and loud. The up here is really quiet, but what I thought was funny is I actually thought before I caught the men because I didn't even realize that one was there. I caught the up here, but then like 2 seconds after that, that one was in the same. It was right there. The up here sounded like a man's voice, and we were like, I can't remember at this time if we were going up the stairs or if we were passing the stairs, but you hear up here, and then this other voice that says men, like. And again, it's funny because what I didn't clip is Wendy's conversation. She's talking about being kind of like a call girl or some sort of a sex worker or something. And then this happens. So like this woman's like either pointing out like, hey, there's the men. go to work.
That's okay. But who knows? We're always saying like tons of stuff just to get them to interact with us. So
Yeah.
and I do be babbling, like just going on and on when it's silent and I don't really get a sense of anything going on. But I mean also it could be residual if they're saying like up here men, like let's go up these stairs, like to the room or whatever. But are we on like the third floor at this point?
At this point, I think I think we moved back down to the second floor because we're about to be wrapping up. Gosh, it's so hard to recall that night, but I feel like we eventually had made our way back downstairs because we had all of our equipment sort of on that second floor table.
Yeah.
And we're going to be picking it up here in a minute to leave. So I think we'd already made our way back down to the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Because we spent a lot more time in this big open like ballroom area. Like I don't even know what this room was supposed to be, but for whatever reason, that's what I felt like it was a ballroom. But they had a bunch of like appliances and stuff in it, like a storage room.
That's what they called it. They call
It
it
was okay.
the ballroom. But and that's where I know it's a TV show, but that's where Ghost Adventures caught their like
Yeah. The shadow figure.
Amazing shadow figure or whatever.
Yeah.
So we were in that room a lot. Our stuff was on the table not too far from there as well. So that makes sense. I was just wondering if they were talking to us, the up there, like,
Yeah.
Do you want us to go back up to the third floor or whatever type thing? Or were we already on the third floor? But yeah, that makes sense. They could have been talking to us. It could have been just something that was said,
Sure. Yeah. Either way, I don't know because it didn't really line up. Well, I thought at the time it kind of lined up with what we were saying, but I don't have video of this. I only have audio. So I have to go back and say, okay, just based on the audio, this is where I think that we were, based on our pictures and all of that sort of the way that it lines up with the way that I took the audio. Oof, that was a real long way to get back to saying, pretty sure we were on the second floor.
Gotcha.
All right. So these next two clips, I got the same name. I think it's two clips. I got the same name twice. Yeah. The first one's going to be really hard to hear. And then the second clip, it's there, but whispery. So let's see if I can get to it. I wonder how much longer that plays out. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
Pretty hard, but maybe you think it was gross. I'm sorry. I just thought it'd be cool. Like you were drawing me a picture. Yeah, I'm gonna write things in the sand.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like almost like someone shouting, Tom's gone. And then I get, is he? They're having a conversation, but we weren't privy to it. Like, okay, who is Tom?
No, that's crazy though. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so that I said I was going to get the name. I get it again here in this next one.
And I really do think one was run down kind of because it's been on in the bag. In the car.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because I just turned the other one on.
Yeah.
And it's black spot.
Oh, you were using the one that was.
Oh, and I forgot. So this is where we are wrapping up and packing. So there's a lot of zippers and a lot of other background noise going on at this time.
Run down then, huh?
Oh, the time is good. That's why I started with this lantern. It's like, oh, it's not right at all. I can't see very much. Do you have everything?
And I love the way that that voice comes through because it's so matter of fact. It's like there's a woman standing right there, and she's either saying, I hear Tom's about to follow y'all, and I misspelled y'all. That's great. Or Tom is about to fall on y'all. So, and then the scent that comes through is so freaking loud. Like it's so, with all of the shit that's going on with the bag getting packed up, it's such a weird, quick voice. So I think I got a replay coming up, and I'm so sorry for blowing out your ear canal with the noises because it gets really loud and it's really frustrating.
You want me to grab something?
No, I'm just trying to figure out the best way.
And that's not us. I don't like, why would we be saying scent?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. And I don't know if it's sent like, I just sent a piece of mail away. I just sent a person away, or if it's like, you owe me 1 cent. Like, I don't know what.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
You know? And that one's so clear to me. And I thought, I mean, like, where was this voice all along? All these whispery voices, but I've got this Tom is about to either follow y'all or fall on y'all. I can't make that part out.
They always do that to us when we're like giving up. They're like,
Right.
they're like, we've been here the whole time.
Yeah, that's what she's like. I've been trying to tell you this whole time, but you haven't sat still long enough for me to tell you. Tom's about to follow y'all. So I don't know. That one was interesting. And that's it for what I have while we were actually investigating the club. So now I'm going to close that and jump to the 20 clips that I have is what I listed this as 20 clips inside the museum while sleeping. That's not entirely true because we didn't like jump in and go right to sleep. So there's a couple of clips here of us unloading equipment. So you thought that last EVP or that last clip was terrible. Just wait. There's lots more shuffling around and banging around, and you're just going to hate me.
Perfect.
I know.
Yeah, because now we have not only equipment, but there's toiletries going on, I'm sure, and getting into noisy cots and stuff.
Oh, I got to tell you, that's so funny because I got this one noise and I'm like, demon, it's a demon. And I had to listen to it like a little longer, but the bathroom inside the museum has one of those automatic like paper towel dispensers. From a distance, it's like, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I figured it out. It's every time we go to the bathroom and I hear that. So you don't get to hear any of that. As a matter of fact, I don't think there is one clip when I'm announcing that I'm going to the bathroom. So I think it is before we go to sleep. Yeah. It's before we go to sleep. And then there's some EVPs, but you don't get to hear any bathroom noises.
I'm so glad I packed all this equipment.
All right, nice little introduction there. Hi, ghost. Hi, spirit. Hey,
Good.
I don't know if he was like, sorry, what?
No, I was just gonna say that I like that. I like this is a good way to start it. Hey, how you doing? Isn't
Right.
isn't that right where we put our heads?
Yeah.
Was there a coffin behind us the whole time?
The whole time. Yes, there was a coffin there the whole time. That's so funny. Yeah, but like I wish I had taken a picture or a video. Maybe you have one somewhere. Like I didn't realize that I left the recorder on. I don't know where I put it, and I can't even remember where I think you were the one that actually saw it. Um, I have this little bag that I usually keep my recorder in that I can clip to like my belt hoop, so I can just like whip it out like a little. I got it. But I never do. Like I always just leave it in the bag. But anyways, I found the bag when I'm searching for the audio, but I couldn't find the audio recorder. Like, I don't even know. I just wish I had a picture of our layout, like where the cots were, where our crap was, and where we eventually found the audio recorder. But I don't have that, unfortunately. I've just got just the pictures from the museum, and then other pictures that I'm using here for these clips. So I'm sorry. But yeah, that coffin was there that whole time.
Yeah, so also I was terrified. Like I had dreams about this place before we showed up, kind of the way that Chris was scared of the Acadia Ranch. I was scared of this place. Like
Mm-hmm.
going in, I just felt like, oh my gosh, something crazy is going to happen. And honestly, nothing crazy happened.
No.
But when it was time to go to bed, I was like, absolutely not. Is she not going to? I mean, like, she needs to be right next to me. So Chris was nice enough to let me take the inner side, and I was up against this case. And
Mm-hmm.
then her cot was right on top of mine. And like,
Well, what Wendy doesn't know is I need to be closest to the bathroom. Like I get up 9 million times to go running to the bathroom. So she's like, "Are you okay with this one?" I'm like, "Yep, I see the bathroom right there. I don't have to like trip over anything. I'll just go right to it." But I'm glad. I'm so glad that you brought that up because the next clip with the EVPs that come in like play into exactly what you were talking about. It is wild. Like I forgot that you had any kind of like weird feelings about this place at all until like obviously I listened to our recording and I could hear you kind of telling me about it. But this next one, it's almost like they knew too. So check this out.
I have to look at it.
All right, so you hear meet meet. That's the creaky boards that you just see right there on the picture. I just told Wendy I got to go to the bathroom, but she was just telling me like she's not really feeling it. And then I get this EVP that says, "Don't worry about and I'm assuming it meant friend, but I can't hear anything else. We're staying in here. So listen to that again.
wow.
The timing couldn't have been any better. You brought up the exact emotion that you just didn't like it. There was something that was bothering you. You just said you had dreams about this place. And then and you hear the meet meet. That is me walking to the bathroom that I just said that's what I wanted to be close to. And you even hear the door like opening and closing. But they're commenting. They're like, "Don't worry about we're staying in here." Guys, that's not what Wendy wanted to hear. Like, that's not what she wanted to hear.
Well, it's actually really comforting that like they're being nice.
Yeah. Oh,
not,
yeah, they were.
they're not being bad at all. And
Mm-mm.
it sounds like they're being protective at this point. And from the voice before that was like Tom's coming down with y'all.
Yeah.
So you think like, oh, I don't know about what Tom to come with
Right.
this, but I mean,
Right.
maybe Tom's like a really good guy. So,
I kind of think so. I think there's only one or two, like kind of like we're ready for you to go now. But I out of the rest of the EVPs, like none of them were. I never got any. There's no demons. Like I mean, oh, I take that back. I do get a weird growling noise at one point in time. Not really sure what that is, but it was the next day. But the whole time we're sleeping, I don't think I got anything that crazy that I can remember. I got so many damn EVPs here. It's just insane. So it's hard for me to remember. But I love that you remembered your feelings for that moment because the EVPs that came through were almost in line with all of that. It was good. Good timing. Oh, okay. And the next one, this is where you're trying to figure out where to set up the cots. And I think someone was trying to give you advice. Or maybe someone was trying to be mischievous. I'm not 100% sure.
I was seeing if should scoot it over. I think I got the like that. I was seeing if should scoot it over. I think I got the I was seeing if should scoot it over.
See, like someone's trying to like just pull it out. And this other ghost is like, how? Like they're trying to figure out how to Jenga our cots into this little area for us, or Tetris our cots. Or like I said, they're being mischievous and he's like, hey, go pull that cot out from underneath her.
yeah,
How?
that's the sense I get that they're trying to be, yeah. But maybe not because it didn't happen. So,
Right.
but apparently somebody was confused about how to do that. So I don't know, but that is funny. That is
Yeah,
really funny.
that was funny. And again, it's two voices. It's like they're having this conversation while like around us, but this time it does seem to be more in line with what is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got the lights off and all the. No, it was just cooler before. When we were sitting down here before.
Yeah. It was new.
So that one might be residual because I don't really understand that. Add to another one. But what you're talking about here is that you're not really feeling like you were before, like the temperature changed. And I'm just really tired. I'm like, maybe it was just because it was new. Either way, like I don't think we really go anywhere with this discussion. Just that I know that you're not feeling as uneasy about it as you were before, which I thought was better. But again, this EVP comes through at the same time, but I don't know what it means.
Yeah, it's a little random, but
It is, yeah, it's random.
Yeah.
And what is that?
I don't know.
Oh, you want to hear that again? Like I was like, excuse me, what is happening? I mean, I left it really long so that you could hear our voices and what we're doing. Like neither one of us is just like shouting out weird random names. If Chip's a name.
Even when you just listen to like Chip by itself, it doesn't
Right.
sound like our voice at all.
No.
Yeah, neither
No.
one of that doesn't sound like either one of us is what I'm trying
No.
to say.
I would have bought that this is when the bar was open and they were like, still making noise because it's so a different voice and it's so loud.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. Yeah, man, I don't have any answers to that one, but it's residual. That's my best guess.
I don't know. Like, so what if Tom and Chip are the ones down there having conversation while we're like getting ready for bed and stuff?
Oh, so maybe, yeah, maybe Chip is the mischievous one, and he's just like, oh, Chip, like, because he's like, pull it out, you know, and he's just now reacting to it.
That sounds kind of disgusting when you put all that together, by the way, when you
I know.
say so
Yes.
I just want to acknowledge that.
I, I agree. No, I'm serious. I'm like, what am I actually picking up here? This is just a ghost hunt at a regular random like place in Nevada. Like we weren't ghost hunting like one of those kind of places. I mean, I know that they had some salacious activity here, but I don't think it was that salacious, right? Like it was a boarding house. It wasn't like the bird cage, right?
No, no, I do think that
They
they had a brothel going on.
oh,
Like,
they did.
yeah. I mean, I think like a part of the Millionaires Club,
Okay.
a gentleman's club, and like just of
Oh,
course, why wouldn't they
well,
have females there? I do think that that is the story, but off the top of my head, I can't quite remember if it was like actually considered a brothel at one point, or if it was just like it was a gentleman's club and they would bring sex workers into the club.
okay. Well, then maybe those were all residuals, and I thought that they had something to do with what we were doing. So maybe that's what it was. They're just very loud voices that came through at that time. And in the museum part, I don't know what the museum part was before it became the museum.
Right, because there was also a room that we weren't allowed to go into that had like
Yeah,
I think they had pool tables set up in there or whatever,
that's
and I
true.
think they considered that the poker room. But you would
Oh,
think the space that we were in would be like a poker room too, because it's off of the bar. But
yeah,
but I don't know that for sure. And then there was that stone area where they were like
yeah,
storing stuff, like cold storage.
yeah. The crypt, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah, because at one point they had to store, they say they stored bodies there because it was
hmm,
a cold room, just like at the Acadia Ranch. And
yeah.
so during the winter months that they would use that space. But I don't know if they ever really said what the museum used to be.
Right. I don't know that. That would be interesting to see if that ties into some of these clips that we're getting. This next one, in my opinion, is intelligent, but maybe it's residual again. I don't know. But just going back to talking about the crypt for a second and it being like a cold storage area, like we did a little bit of we spent some time in there. We did an EVP session. I would buy that they put deceased people there because like not a damn thing happened. I got nothing on the
Mm.
EVPs, and I was so sure. Like I feel like maybe Ghost Adventures did get something, or maybe other shows, maybe other people. Like we went in there and it was just like nada. Like everything else is happening outside, like in the museum or in the club. Nothing happened to us in the crypt that I remember, and nothing on my recorder either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this next one, we are at this point really trying to go to sleep, but we're still kind of chit-chatting. So someone chimes in at this time. Somebody else, somebody that is not living. See, like, I mean, like, I think honestly, I was just either settling in the cot, or one of us were trying to get settled in the cot. That's what that crunching, weird, loud noise is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But but then someone's like, "This is a library." Shh, quiet. After I just had, oh, Chip, like, lady, calm down. Like all these other spirits are up doing stuff.
I don't know. I would like to think that they are being protective of us. Like they're being like, Tom is telling Chip, be shh. They're they're
Right,
trying to go to sleep now.
right. Yeah, calm yourself, Tom. But that one was a good one. It came through pretty loud. I love that it's quiet of all the things. Like it kind of reminds me of like a little bit of the Ghostbusters, the ghost in the library, with the shh.
Yeah,
So I appreciated that one. That was a good one.
that is good.
I think this next one's pretty quiet. I think you're going to really have to listen hard to hear it. Oh yeah, it is tired. So quiet. So there was a spirit there still trying to get someone's attention. There's the noise that you're hearing. I guess there was an air conditioner, but that like as soon as we got quiet, like the recorder just like honed in on that noise, so it seems like it's full blast. And I think to us it was super quiet. Like every little pin drop we heard, and Wendy even heard some voices while we were trying to go to sleep. So that noise, the recorder just picks up. And now it sounds like there's a fan blowing right on the recorder, but there wasn't. And at that time, I get this voice. I think it's saying "What's up, girl?" but it's so low, and I hear it like a man's voice. But I played that one kind of long just so you could hear that it's so quiet, other than that one voice chiming in, which you really can't hear because it's so low. Kind of like "What's up, girl?" Like it just kind of it's there, just really quiet. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I clipped these a little long just so you could hear how quiet it was. This one's going to be quiet too. How do you like that picture? I guess Nick Groff put his handwriting on a brick for the Washoe because sure, that makes sense.
Well, because their documentary that got them their Travel Channel show is the brick that flew at the what is that town called? We were there. The Gold
Yeah,
Goldfield, I think. Goldfield.
Goldfield.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Field, not Hill. Mhm.
yes, because we stayed at the Gold Hill, right?
Yes, we
Or
stayed
something
at
like
the
that.
Gold Hill and
Okay.
it's Goldfield, Nevada. Yes.
So I just thought that was cute. So I use that as the background. But there's a voice that comes through here during this time. It has nothing to do with Nick Groff or Ghost Adventures. Sorry, it's just a weird like an inhale and then a voice that I hear right after that. So eventually it'll get there. I can't find the EVP here, otherwise I'd jump to it. I hope I didn't skip past it. Oh, I lied. That's not the EVP I thought it was at all. Sorry, it's two voices again. Dang it. My notes are I must have skipped that one. Because of course, that's what we're doing. What are you doing? Well, I'm sleeping too. Everyone's sleeping here. I feel like the "What are you doing?" comes through pretty clear, but the sleeping is really quiet. Now, I don't know if you were able to hear it, but there's sort of like a dinging that happens right when they say sleeping, like right at the very beginning of sleeping. There's like a weird ding. Um, and I picked that up a couple of times throughout my recording. But it reminds me of the recording from the Myrtles, that there would just be this sort of like a dinging noise whenever a voice would come through. So I don't know if that's actually, I mean, I don't have video. We don't see the spirits talking, I obviously we were sleeping too, so it's not like I saw any balls of light or see anything moving. But I just think it's weird that in both cases, there's this sort of like a chime noise that happens when a spirit talks. So I wonder if that has something to do with the way that they have to come through
Yeah.
to speak to us. I don't know if you can hear it, but it happens a couple other times, and I start noting it that there's a weird noise.
Yeah, I did hear it, and
Yeah.
there's nothing in that room should really be making that noise. Like, I don't remember there being like a clock or something like that was making a chiming noise. So that is
No,
interesting.
right. And even though we were so sleepy, pretty sure we would have said, that's making a noise. That's making a noise, just to ourselves. Like, I feel like that's what we would have done. Just so, especially with you having hesitations about the room, you'd be like, okay, I hear that. I know what that is. Like, you would have pointed stuff out.
Yeah, because we were also worried, like we didn't know what time they came back.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and we were supposed to be out by a certain time, but they never said whether they were going to come and like knock knock, time for you to go. And I kept thinking, I'm going to freak the fuck out if somebody knocks on that door or just lets themselves in while
Yeah.
we're like laying here. And so, yeah, I think we 100% would have noted any kind of chiming noise to distinguish, like, once we were like hearing keys, or something like that.
Right.
Because we talked about that, like just not
Yeah.
knowing how this process worked. They were just kind of like, you need to be out by 7 o'clock. And
Yeah.
I think they told us to leave the keys and that. I don't even remember.
I don't
But
even remember.
whatever it was like we were just not sure if we were ever going to see them again.
Yeah, that is exactly it. And it was a weird process for them to just be like so nonchalant about it. Just like, yeah, 7 o'clock, leave the keys somewhere. I'm like, okay, then sure. We're trustworthy people. We would definitely look like it because we get that all the time. And we're like, we creep back in here. We'll do our thing until you kick us out. And they never kicked us out.
No,
Um,
no, because we were supposed to be gone by a certain time and we were not gone by that certain time. But they weren't
that's okay.
there either. Though while we were up in the buildings, I do believe that we thought that the people were coming into the bar. So they
Yeah,
come really early to like open the bar.
yeah,
But yeah, we didn't know what that time was. And
right,
I was very terrified of somebody coming in while we're sleeping
hmm,
or just messing with that door while we're sleeping and then I would just
right.
die.
Right. No, I mean it was it's a valid point. I mean, there's nobody in that building, and I think we were deep enough that if someone were to come in and kill us, I don't know that anyone would have heard us, but um I didn't say those things aloud at the time, but I mean it's it was definitely possible. Um and here we are still alive, so I'll just keep playing my clips and not thinking about dying. Sleeping. This is the clip that I was talking about earlier that was supposed to happen in the last time. So there's a weird noise and then a voice. Oh, it's too quiet. All right. Well, I think playing my clips a little longer, especially when there's nothing happening, really backfired on me because it makes it harder to hear anything, I think.
Well, it doesn't go fast, so I don't know which is best, but it is very faint, but you can tell
Mhm.
something is there. I forget how many antiques were in this freaking
I
room with
know.
us. Like I
Yeah.
totally forgot about this little like mail cart. Also, just for anybody watching this, just so you know, the reason we didn't sleep in the actual like Washoe Club is because you're not supposed to. Like you're not allowed to. And they do
Right.
have surveillance cameras. So they wanted us to, if we were going to sleep, only sleep in the museum. We were also weren't allowed to have like food or drinks or anything up there in the actual club area. So
Yeah,
if
that's right.
anybody's just wondering why we slept down in the museum and not like in the heart of everything, I guess you might think that it wasn't us being chicken shit, even though that can be us sometimes.
Yes, it can be.
You're not allowed to, or weren't allowed
No.
to then.
And one of the videos that is on YouTube is from our day tour of the upstairs or the actual club. And at some point we found like straws and cups, and it pissed us off because we're like, hey, we us rule-abiding citizens that are, up in this place that after a time that we shouldn't be, did not bring food or drink. I hope we don't get blamed for this shit. We should tell. We should tell on them. And then we're like, wait a second. We're up here when we shouldn't be. Never mind.
We're trespassing.
We're trespassing, basically.
But we're mad about people littering.
Littering. I think that, yeah, we were so mad about that. We didn't want to get blamed. And we said, we're going to tell on them. And then, I don't know, we're just like, yeah, never mind. We're basically up here illegally right now anyway. So never mind. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. So there it is again. There's that little ding noise, a little chime. I love these two people so much. Are these two spirits? She's all like, hey, you. And then, what do you want?
What's so funny is that if they were all having their own conversation before, like let's say they're all intelligent spirits, but they're just up, 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 and we're just walking into the room in the middle of it, and they're just
Right.
and they keep doing. Now that we've gone to bed, Chip and Tom are down there with us, and I feel like they're getting visited by other spirits. So they're coming down, and they're like, "What are y'all doing? Sleeping?
Sleeping.
Watching our girls sleep? Get out of here!"
Right. That's exactly like that's this woman that had just entered in, like Tom and Chipper over there watching us. She's like, hey, what do you want? They're trying to sleep.
She's like, hey, you. And he's like, what do you want? I'm busy.
I could see that. I mean, just the way, like all of these voices interacting with each other, I think at one point someone does finally say something like, we should get out of there, or whatever. But for the most part, none of them have been hateful. Like they're just kind of interacting with each other. This next one might have been that same, what did she say? Hey, you. What did she say? Yeah, hey, you. It might be the same hey, you voice. So I just wanted to play that one more time so you could hear that before I jumped into the next one. See? Sleep. I just want you to sleep. And I think it's funny that it keeps coming through.
I hope they weren't. Well, I'm getting a vibe that Tom and Chip are good. Like at least Thomas, and they're looking out for us. But at the same time, much like the Conjuring house, I struggled to sleep in this place like bad.
Yes, you did.
I'm just laying there like, like oh my god, every noise. And again, like you said it, I don't know where this fan noise is coming from because it did not exist when we were there. That place was so fucking quiet, and I can hear every little creak. And what's that?
I know.
And the second Chris would get up to like go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh good, she's on lookout. I'll go to sleep.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So I just hope the spirits aren't like trying to tell me sleep,
Sleep.
sleep, so that
I'm
they can.
watching you. It's
So,
okay.
so then they can be all up in my.
I'm gonna play with your toes.
Yeah.
Play with your nose. Here goes your hair.
I mean, I never felt anything like that, so I don't think that's what's going on. But I know I was struggling, so.
Look, and I gotta say, I feel like I am the quietest, sneakiest person when I have to get out of bed to do anything. I do. I feel like I'm so quiet, nobody can ever hear me, right? And I'm listening to this, and every foot, creak, every move I make in the bed, I'm like, I'm moving, I'm sniffing, I'm coughing in my sleep. Like, oh my God, I am not quiet. And I'm listening to this as I'm in bed, like at night, getting ready to, and Brandon, my husband's asleep next to me. So I got to go to the bathroom before I get out of bed. I put the laptop down on the floor and I go to set the pillow down, and the pillow, like, I don't know, suddenly weighs 1,000 pounds. So when I throw the pillow on the floor, it goes bam. And then I knock over my bottle of water, and I'm like, I am not the quietest person. How is he still asleep? He's faking it. He's faking it.
No.
There's no way.
Probably not. Carl is a really heavy sleeper also, like mostly just my youngest, but they'll just appear next to the bed, the kids.
Yeah.
And what do you want? And there's a whole conversation that happens, and this man doesn't wake up at all. And
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, I think it.
Yeah.
I also think he's faking it just because he doesn't want to help
What?
with whatever.
Yes.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
there's no way. There's no way
There's
you're
no way.
sleeping through all of this. You just don't want
Right.
to be the one to have to get up to help with whatever, or have them start coming to you or something. But those cots are very noisy. They're like a hard canvas, and that's to make them sturdy, you know. But like you will hear every movement. And those floors, that whole building, like if y'all can't tell by the pictures of the stairs, it's a creaky ass place. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. So every time I shifted, every time I got up or whatever, you hear me moving. And yeah, they just wanted us to sleep. That's what she says in this clip.
just don't know if they're up to something with that, but okay.
I know.
We're still alive, so I guess
that's true.
Okay. Yeah.
If we had listened to this the next day, we would have been like, "Whoo, we made it out." Everything.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is, I mean, we only got, I don't know. You mentioned like the next day, you got like maybe an hour and a half of sleep. I felt so energized after that hour and a half. Like I really felt good. It's so wild. I think that the spirits were actually giving me their energy. They're like, you need it more than me. Trust me.
That's very kind of them.
Right. All right. So up to this point, everything's been kind of mischievous or happy-go-lucky. Now they're going to start to get to where they want us to go ahead and get the hell out of here. Those are the kind of clips that are going to start coming through. They've had enough fun. They've watched us. Now it's time for us to move on. Oh, actually, I think they're talking about them. Maybe that was Chip and Tom, and they're like, you know what? It's time for us to go instead. Not us, them. It's not us, it's them.
Right. They're like, actually, it's bedtime for us, so bye.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, 'cause that's what I got here is we have to go. We have to leave. I think we have to go. Yeah, and there's emphasis on go, almost as if, when you're trying to give someone a hint, like, without like being rude, it's like, we have to go, leave. That's what I'm getting here.
Yeah, so I think they are kind of talking to us too.
Yeah, I think so. Just weird because the voices that we get after this, they get a little weird after this. Leave. So I don't know, again, really, really faint, really low. There's another one that comes through, and I stopped it before that happens. It's an answer to this. So I think the first two things that you see here are all the same voice. I was looking at you through the mirror. Did you see me? So somebody agrees. The yes is, I think it's pretty clear. The rest of it, it's really low. So I do play it again. I think it's coming up right now. And honestly, it doesn't sound female. It sounds male again to me.
Yeah, to me too. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know if that was our Tom and Ship again or if it was somebody else. I do get another name here in a minute. I think it's a name. Okay, did you hear that noise?
Yeah.
So that's weird, and I get that again, but there's a ding like a chime, but then also like a wah, wah. I don't even know how to make that noise. Brah, some kind of a weird guttural sound. Brah. Of course, like I tell my husband, he's like, it's one of you two snoring. Okay, fine, fine, fine. This was while we were trying to sleep. It's very possible. I get a noise similar to this during the daytime, and I'll play that in a little bit. So, and it's obviously not with us snoring. So it's just weird. It's a weird noise that happens while we're sleeping. I just thought that I'd point that out.
But he's making assumptions that one
Yes.
of us are in such a deep sleep that we're snoring. There's
Right, and that is
no
not happening.
fucking way.
No
There's
way.
no fucking way. Can I just tell you real quick? So I am struggling. I don't have like a podcast. I have a podcast, but I have like one podcast that I'm into right now. And it releases its show on Tuesday. I listen to it on Tuesday. I don't have anything to listen to the rest of the week. I don't have a show that I'm like obsessed with or that I'm behind on that I could just watch multiple episodes. So like when I'm
Yeah.
at work, I can't do a whole lot of that, but there are some times where I could just like boop, 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 boop on the computer and have something in my headphones. And I don't have anything right now. So I was looking for a book and I wanted something that's about the paranormal. And I saw a book that was about like the weird science or science of weird shit or something. And it's
Oh,
by a guy named Chris French. It's no good. It's,
that sucks. Sorry.
yeah.
That sucks.
No, it's written very poorly,
Uh,
so it reads poorly. Like it's
mhm.
just boring. But
Yeah, sure.
there's a whole lot of things wrong with the book, but I just wanted to hear about EVPs really specifically. Like I want to understand, like this guy's a
Yeah.
psychologist, right? And he's like a special kind of psychologist. So I want to hear how is my brain hearing all of this? What is
Yeah.
wrong with me that I hear all these little voices? And when he got to the tiny little section about EVPs, because I just kept skipping to get to it,
Yeah.
um, he real quick was like, it's just outside noise. It's just one of you accidentally saying something. It's just a bleed through from old recordings. And
Uh-huh.
and
That sounds like everything my husband says.
and the
Everything.
end. The end. And
That's it. No.
he had zero proof. He had zero like it's well, he did say it's your brain. What it's there's a word for it. I already forgot it. But even I have said it.
Yes.
Pareidolia.
Paradol. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
So your brain trying to make sense of sounds and find words out of it, which I
Right.
totally get. I get
Hmm.
that. But sometimes there's so clearly a man's voice or their whisper voices. How is
Hmm.
that a bleed through from some other recording? Why is it coming through as a whisper now? Where did we ever have a Peter or a Chip or a Tom that we talked about before and we
Right.
recorded these things? You know, it's just
No.
so your husband's like, that's one of you snoring. How come you didn't hear the snore any other time?
Not any other time. Not any other time.
That's you guys making excuses to write off these things.
Yeah.
That's all
I
that is.
I totally get pareidolia.
Yeah. No.
Especially when there's white noise, like that, like there's something, and I've gone back and listened to it because I've heard something, and I'm like, I mark the time, and then I go back and listen to it, and I'm like, obviously my brain made something happen out of that. But at the same time, I am using a program that gives you a waveform with the audio. And I really wish that I could incorporate it into when I'm putting these clips together for the show so that you could see the waveform when those voices happen. I see them on Audible. There's a pitch and a dip whenever there's these voices. So like, how is it picking these up? Where how is it picking these up if it doesn't exist? If it's my brain making these voices appear.
All of that, yes. And then, so pareidolia is more like you're listening to the sound of the air condition or
Yeah, yeah,
water movement
right.
or us shuffling, and then you are
Yes,
making sounds out of that. Or
right,
we're laying in cots.
right.
And I promise you, I'm laying like this.
Yes, yes.
There's not a whole lot
Frozen.
of, yeah, I am frozen in that cot until maybe I fell asleep or something. But uh, it's just I'm not. I am open to someone telling me why this happens.
Mhm.
So I don't want to sound super defensive, but these like kind
The
of,
science behind it. Yeah,
yeah, these kind of half-ass excuses for them. It's just like, no, you're wrong.
right,
You're wrong. You can't just say that. You can't just say, I'm sure one of you were snoring. Did you listen to the whole goddamn thing?
right. Ah, like I did. I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
I get if you are using the sound machine or like an S box or something that's going to create interference,
Hmm.
that is introducing noise into a situation that also has the ability to take on frequencies like audio. So that can be taken out of context because you're listening to a thing that is made to give you voices. So
Yeah.
sure, that makes a lot of sense. And then also the pareidolia thing. If you're listening to just white noise, how that for so long, it'll just start to your brain will start to put. But sure, sure, sure. But again, I've listened to the whole thing. I'm seeing it on waveform. Like I said, I need to find a program where I can incorporate it into the video so that you can see the waveform too, because I think that would help. I considered just playing the whole damn thing and then just having times stamped, but I don't know. I just didn't think that would be very presentable. Sometimes the pictures are fun.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Nobody wants to do that. They want to give
right.
it. They want it given to them. And I should say this,
Mm,
at least for me, with all my EVPs, up for debate. If you want to tell me no, you can, because I also saw sometime over the last couple of
mhm.
weeks, another paranormal person out there that was making a video talking specifically about EVPs, and they were like, you can't call it an EVP if it's not controlled, basically, like how we did the burst session in front of the a doll or whatever. That's controlled, and we're specifically listening for it. But the way that we just record and walk
Right.
around, we have to throw all that out. And I
Uh-uh.
get that nobody likes it because we're moving around and it can be something else. But there's so many times that we've experienced when you are not, when you're just chit chatting, not paying attention to them. They're very talkative.
Always.
When you
Yeah.
first enter a room, they're very responsive. Like, you know, you can. I guess I shouldn't be so mean about your husband saying, and I'm not being mean either. You know what I mean? But of being like, don't say it's just snoring or whatever. You can say whatever you want. I'm just saying, I don't think we snored for 2 seconds out of an hour, 2 hour long video or whatever.
I
So,
think you'd hear it the whole time. And I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty
ours
quick to
snored.
point out all of the noises that I make. I make a lot of noises. Like I said, I sniff, I cough. I've pointed all of that out. I twist and turn. I don't think I will be comfortable in my grave. I am pretty sure that I will move and move and I I wake up and my hair, like just from a regular night's sleep, my hair is all over the place. My clothes are almost on backwards. So I know I get it, but And you're right. You guys that are watching this or listening to this, you have every right to make your own opinions, your own justifications for what's going on here. I'm just basically presenting the evidence as I see it, how I listened to it, how I caught it. And I think that it's paranormal. It's a weird noise. And I do get a weird noise later on. And more to Wendy's point, if it's something that can be easily identified or easily I don't know, I can't think of the word that I'm trying to use here, but if you could call it out as being a previous recording or something like that. I don't record over. I mean, I have an SD card that I use. It's not like it's not tape, it's not like an actual recording tape like they used to use. When I am shuffling around and a voice comes out that is not one of ours, I think that it's worth pointing out. Um, that's just how I feel about it. And I know not everyone agrees. It's whatever. That's
I just don't want people taking an easy way out of being like, oh, that's just you snoring. Like, no, I've listened to this whole video. They're disregarding it very quickly with like an excuse, and they're making assumptions. Like,
yeah,
if they could give me a reason why they believe this is something else, then I need more than that, is all I'm saying. I need you
sure.
to you spend a little more time with it. Just like
Right.
that guy, Chris French or whatever. I think I'm getting the name right. Yeah,
Hmm.
he seemed to take a really easy way out to just sit there and say, you're silly.
Right. Hmm.
And I'm like, I was expecting a much better answer from or excuse from somebody that supposedly got like a PhD or some stuff or whatever.
Right. I don't know. I get everyone's entitled to their own opinions, man. And, until that guy, Chris French, or anybody actually goes to these places and explores it themselves, listens to the entire review like I did, they're always going to be on that opposing side of it. They're never going to believe it.
Yeah, yeah. People have to have their own experiences a lot of the
Mhm.
times before they ever will believe in the first place. So
Yeah.
there, it's fine. It's fine. I will stop complaining.
No, it's a valid point. I think it's great to bring it up to the paranormal community. I mean, that's kind of what we want. We want to have these open discussions, and I'm open to everyone's opinion on stuff. It doesn't mean that it's going to really change how I feel about stuff. But believe what you want to.
I'm open to rethinking something, but I guess what I felt like, I know Brandon doesn't believe in the paranormal, and that he's quick to write stuff off because he thinks we're just silly or whatever, and so it's like I feel like this Chris French guy had the same energy, and I'm like,
Yeah,
well, you shouldn't be writing a book because like
you're right.
you're really not proving anything. You're
Yeah,
just trying to make us look stupid. And like I think because at one point in time he was talking about like, let's say poltergeist activity, and he was
mm.
like, well, some of them have been proved as hoaxes, so they're probably all hoaxes.
Oh
Stamp.
wow, really?
Done
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that. And I was like, okay, but
yeah.
they haven't all been proven as hoaxes, so
No, it's definitely easy for someone who doesn't have an open mind to that sort of stuff to just close it all off. It's
yeah.
all the same thing. It's
and
all a gimmick.
and that's what they were doing. And I was like, so like even all the
Yeah.
EVPs that I present, I'm not in love or married to all of them, but there are
Right.
some that I am
Right.
like, now that was very clear, and that's a
Mhm.
male voice in an all-female room. Explain it to me. Explain it to
Right.
me. Like, help
Yeah.
me make sense of it. And nobody has convinced me otherwise so far.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Again, I am not, I just, everything that I felt was good enough to put together on clips. That's what I did. Some of them are great, some of them are not. But this is just, there were so many voices. It was really hard for me to say, okay, I only got like three good ones, so that's what we're going to listen to. When there's so much more here, I felt like it was worthy of our time to go through everything that I found. And it's really not that much. Like I have 20 clips here. I've got eight on another. I think it's eight. It's not that much, but some of them are really, really good. And I don't know. I can't explain it other than it being paranormal. Myself, I have no PhD. All right. So, oh yeah, this next one's pretty good. Yeah, right. That's me. That's the sniffles right here. But before that, there's a hey you and I hear you. And I feel like the I hear you is way more clear than the hey you. But I liked it. It's that voice it's kind of just drawn out. I hear you. Someone's coming through and in kind of a lazy way, but not, I don't know. Maybe it's not lazy. Maybe it's just all the energy that they have. Okay, and then I think this is where they're trying to kick us out again. Very whispery. What you hear? So it's that one's hard to hear,
Yeah, you can hear it though. Like, yeah, when
right?
you're listening with the volume up and all that stuff, you can
It,
totally hear it. That sucks.
I know, I know. But I don't know that they were necessarily talking to us.
True. Hmm.
Play through that. Very quiet. I actually thought for a couple of times when I was listening to that she was saying, I feel like it's a female voice, and I feel like she was saying like William instead of Willia, but I could be wrong. That's why I just went with "Come here, Willia." It's so faint, I can't make it out, so I don't want to put words in the spirit's mouth. I feel like it sounds like Curly. I don't know what else that would have said, and I mean, Curly could have been like a nickname. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that's about all I could make out of it too. So that makes sense. And they're spending so much time talking to each other that,
Mhm.
I mean, I think there people have said there's a ton of spirits here, a
I
ton of
buy it.
different spirits here. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't make sense with anything that we're doing, but yeah,
Right.
I
Right.
get that.
Yeah. Don't forget Curly. I like that that came through. I think that's the last name that I get. There's only a couple more here, and we're gonna wake up, and then that's gonna be it for a while we slept. Yeah. Morning comes through nice and clear. The definite outlet, like they're whispering again, and then someone else is like, "Yeah, it's morning. What are they doing?" Again, but again, it might be something else. It might be an incomplete sentence. That's how I took it. Like someone's like, "Yeah, they're definitely out late." No, it's morning. They need to be gone. Okay, and then the next one, we are up, and I've already like realized that I can't find my recorder, and I figure it out at some point, but it's going to get loud here because of all of the shuffling around that you'll hear. That's a deep, strange voice. It could be just a creak on the floor, but if it is, it doesn't sound like any of the other creaks before, where it's obviously a creak, creak, creak. That's such a deep voice. You would have expected the floorboard to break after it, if it was a floorboard.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a creek to me, not like all the other creeks before it. And
Right.
at most, if it's anything that's not paranormal, it sounds how I burp sometimes.
No.
But I don't know why I would be burping really because it's not like we have eaten anything,
No.
or whatever. So I don't know, but my burps are kind of drawn out like that. But I think you'd hear me say, "Excuse me," or "We just woke up. I haven't had anything in my system, so why am I
No.
burping?"
Shoot, I wish I had recorded that or played that one a little longer then, so that we could, for the most part, I'm talking about how I can't find my recorder. It's usually in the pink bag. And you're like, well, where was the last time you saw it? And you're like, is this the pink bag? So you and I are talking. And I think that if you had burped, like you would have been like, excuse me, or we would have laughed about it, or like there would have been a comment like we
Yeah,
always do.
yeah. I don't just burp and not say
And not say
anything.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Not around Chris at least.
Right, exactly. Well, it's because again, there's a noise. Usually we're recording, so we're always saying something or commenting so that we recognize that we heard something. So, trick, if it's not you burping, it could have been that they were because maybe they had hidden my recorder. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, or maybe they're trying to turn a trick. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the two long clips that I had. I do have some more. So then I have 8 whole clips from the next day when we decide to we wake up, we got that voice trick, and now we put ourselves together. Now we're gonna do a run through during the day. We wanted pictures, we wanted to see what the vibe was like, do that whole thing the next day because when we went through the first time we were so exhausted we couldn't do either. We couldn't get good pictures, we couldn't get a vibe, none of it. So there's this whole video of us going through during the day. I happened to get EVPs because I took out my audio recorder and recorded the whole thing too, which is great because one thing happens at one point and I go back and I watch the video. You cannot hear these voices on the video whatsoever. It was only on my audio recorder. And some of these are pretty surprising.
Where are you?
No, we were like right at 2 hours last night on the recorder.
Yeah, I don't know if I slept that whole time. That was what I meant.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, I meant, yeah. I meant re-energizing.
I would really like if there is someone here, they could guide us towards room 12.
Oh, and I forgot we were always looking for room 12. But yeah, so we get this voice that says hi, or actually it could say bye. I'm not really sure. It's a quick, nothing to it, no bones, just super fast. And it's when we're going back in there. Could be hi, could be bye.
I meant, I don't know, we came from...
This one is, you might call me a crackpot. I'm not 100% sure about this one. I do not feel like this is you. I feel like there is a voice on top of, like, as you're talking, then there's a voice, then you're talking again. If it's you, it comes in at a really weird time, but it is actually in line with what we're talking about. So listen to this one.
But I thought that's an odd room.
It is an odd room.
So if and when this was apartments, I mean, it's not an if, they were apartments. Yeah. But this obviously couldn't have been its own little, so this person would have had a suite. They would have had more rooms.
Right.
Would have had a suite. They would have...
So we're in this weird room that doesn't have like, it's in between all the rooms. It's got windows, but everything is kind of bones in this place. So like the structure to it, if it was an actual bedroom, it doesn't make sense to us. And then this voice chimes in like suite, like maybe it was actually a bathroom, but maybe they would have called it suite at the time. I don't think that it's you, but here, I'm going to do the replay so you can hear it again.
Would have had a suite. They would have had more. Would have had a suite. They would have had more. Showed up.
It might be the bartender.
Sorry, I went a little too far.
It's not my voice. If you don't think it's your voice, then it's neither one of us.
Right. I'm closest to the mic. So it would make sense because it comes through so clearly, but you can hear my voice in the background and you can hear your voice. So I think it's another voice. And this time it was very loud.
A suite. They would have had more. Would have had a suite. They would have had more. Showed up.
Yeah. So I thought that one was weird, but you can call me a crackpot. Maybe that was one of our voices, but because it was just so clear.
But you said
Uh,
you watched the video that's out there,
yeah,
and you don't pick it up?
no. So that one, I do have the video loaded, so we can watch it afterwards because there's something that happens later on that I wanted to show back and forth, like the EVP that I catch and the video. So I could probably see I could find that because I have notes on my phone when that was caught, so we can go back and listen to it. But as we're in the room spinning around, like you won't see me because I'm the one that's, holding the phone, and you are in another room. So I don't see you either. You just kind of hear us talking and moving. I don't know if Sweet was caught on that one. We'll have to, we'll look at that. And maybe then I'm a crackpot. We'll see.
Be the bartender for the morning.
They like their lock and everything. So you can't see anything on the second floor because it's overhang roof. Yeah, I don't know. I think they are like doorways and they just put their trash in front of the building.
Yeah.
So somebody could just be grabbing it. But my concern is that, they'll creep up on us.
Well, I thought I heard a woman's voice come back from here, but you heard something at the same time, so it could just be sound traveling again.
So we're walking through the halls. I don't know, a lot of these were kind of just walking through the halls. But yeah, I got an "it's me," very kind of friendly, chipper. It kind of reminds me of the voice that, like, when you thought that you felt tingles in your hair. And it was like, I mean, it's not me. But this time, she's like, "it's me." And then there's a follow up to that just a second later.
No, I'm right around the same spot where I thought I heard a voice.
Yeah, because you're coming out of that hallway.
It's kind of hard to hear because of the floorboards creaking underneath me, but I hear "remember me," and it's kind of right near these stairs, but mostly in the hallway. When I was listening to or watching the video footage, I'm spinning around. I'm the worst cameraman ever. Like I cannot like focus on one thing. I'm here, there, everywhere. So it was almost hard for me to watch the video and just listen for the voice, but I couldn't hear the voice. Whereas I could hear it here on the audio.
I do the same thing with the camera, by the way. So don't feel bad. It's like we forget why we are doing this
Right.
or what we're gonna do with this footage. But I feel like you can hear "remember me" because the R like really
Yeah.
stands out. Yeah.
That's a good one, I thought. It's just kind of echoey and weird.
Yeah, it's kind of
Um,
rough.
yeah, it is. It's very rough.
Oh yeah, here we are again.
Above the crypt.
Yeah.
No, because that would be at the very back of the building.
This one's so hard to hear. But yeah, we're walking. You
I
can
feel
hear
like,
it?
yeah, I feel like you can
Oh.
hear it. Yeah.
This was the only one that was kind of hard. Help me. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. But yeah, we're back up on the third floor, and I'm walking in between the rooms back to where that room full of toys and the elk deer head was, whatever it was. And then I got that "help me" voice. Kind of sad.
I don't like that because that's like
Mm-mm.
where they say the kid hangs out or
Yeah,
yeah, they don't like that at all. But
right.
yeah, that's sad.
That one, not good.
Maybe your psyche can't work like that. I do think.
So we do enter back into the room with the doll. So that's why I've got the picture here. And I said this earlier that I was going to circle back to this because I get a voice in this room that feels like it ties somewhat in with what I got earlier, only on the opposite end. So I'll stop talking in riddles and play this clip for you.
You get exhausted enough, you go into a lucid state, though. And I was trying that out when we were supposed to be going to sleep.
Oh, yeah? That's where you're like, I'm not sleeping.
Well, I was trying to get to that state and then had them bring me visions.
Oh, yeah. Sleeping.
Well, I was trying to get to that
Sleeping.
Well, I was
Unfortunately, I'm talking and talking, but I hear underneath me talking, I want to go home. And it's very whispery and quiet.
So interesting because the EVP before that was like, I'm home, right?
Yes. You remember exactly. I'm home is what I got before. And now right.
Yeah, like I thought you were home, like, or is she trying to manifest it or whatever?
Right.
And yeah, don't feel bad for talking because when I watch this shit, I hate myself. I'm like, I never shut the fuck up. It
That's
seems
me.
like, I'm just so like annoying. I'm annoyed.
That's how I feel about myself. But I want to go home coming right after the help me. Maybe it was a spirit that was kind of walking with us during this time. And
Yeah.
maybe
it's two different things, and
Yeah.
they don't like tie both to the doll or whatever.
Right.
The EVP that we got the night before. So yeah,
Exactly.
no, that just makes it even sadder. But
It makes it even sadder.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that I got those two clips in the same exact spot. I am home and I want to go home. So it was just interesting. Let me see if I can do the next one really quickly. So this is the one where, do you remember? I'm sure you do. But when we were doing the walkthrough, at one point you felt like something had touched like the inside of your arm.
yes,
I get a weird noise at the same time. And this noise I do not have on the video. And I had to go back and check because it's such a weird guttural noise. Like I thought it was, a noise that comes from the gut and comes out the mouth. Sometimes when you have like a gurgle, right? It's one of those kind of noises, but I don't have it on the video. And I'll play the video after I share this with you. So I'll play this first so you can hear this whole thing.
They probably don't want people going through there because if you touch this shit, who knows what kind of poison it's really.
Great. I should have been wearing my mask all night.
Yeah. Just like that.
That wasn't it. That was like a creepy.
He knows, man. He knows
creepy
this
floor.
shit's bad for
He
you.
was wearing them way before they were cool. See, I just felt something on my arm, but like...
Was it? You were just talking about Zach too. Remember, they want to get him.
But it was like caressing on the inside of my arm.
See, like that's weird, right?
that is weird. That is so weird. And I have video of that moment too, and 100%, it's not on my audio.
It's not there.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
It is not there. So since I opened up the video, I'll go back to also Sweet and play that so we can hear it. But how'd you like those noises? I think it's somewhere around here.
But I don't have it.
Doesn't have plaster on the wall. Who knows what kind of poison it's really?
Yeah, can you hear it okay?
I should have been wearing my
Yeah.
mask all night.
Yeah. Just like Zach Fagan.
I know. He knows, man. He knows this shit is bad for you.
Wearing them way before they were cool. See, I just felt something on my arm, but like...
Was it? You were just talking about Zach too. Remember, they want to get him.
But it was like caressing on the inside of my arm.
No fucking noise.
No.
Where
so-
was the noise?
Right. So it can't be you, and it's not the floor. That is weird. That is
weird. I like that so much, but also like, what makes that noise? Like, what would that have been?
Surely you don't have a digestive system once you're a ghost. Like, I
Surely.
really hope not.
That would fucking suck.
That would
Like,
suck.
Hold on, ghost hunters. I have to pee. I mean, actually, I got to go number 2. Don't go in there for a minute.
They're just still having acid reflux
Acid-
and
God.
gas. Like,
Gas?
no. I don't. I would like, relief from one of those things one day.
But I love the timing of this because you felt something on your arm at the same time as I get this weird noise. Like, I feel like it's connected.
Yeah, it has to be. And it's great because I've watched this like many times because, you want to hear a voice when you
Yes.
feel like you just got touched. You want to hear them say, that was me or something like that. And
Yeah.
it's not there. They don't say anything but make
They
this
don't say
weird
nothing.
noise, apparently.
That's it. And maybe it was just them with gas. I don't know. Oops, sorry. Oh God, she saw me. It's my acid reflux. I gotta go. Um,
So weird.
but yeah, that's weird. I'll play it again when I go back to the clips. But since I'm here on the video, I'm gonna go back to where we enter into that weird room. It's around here somewhere. Let's try here.
We came in here pumped when we were doing the.
Hey, this room's weird.
So
Did we
that's
even go in
me.
here like yesterday?
Yeah, we did because.
The little window. I just really.
I don't know, we came in here, but I thought that's an odd room.
It is an odd
So
room.
if and when this was apartments, I mean, it's not an if, they were apartments.
Yeah.
But this obviously couldn't have been its own little, so this person would have had.
Yeah.
Sweet, you would have had more room
Right.
You can hear it, but listen to the way it sounds.
here, but I thought that's an odd room.
It is an odd
So
room.
if and when this was apartments, I mean, it's not an if, they were apartments.
Yeah.
But this obviously couldn't have been its own little, so this person would have had.
Yeah.
Sweet, you would have had more.
This time it sounds like it's further away.
I think it's me, actually.
You
Which
do
is
think
so
it's you?
funny. When you played it, I was like, "That's not me," and it's
Right.
like, "Oh
No.
no, that
Dang.
does." I think that is me.
See, that's why I was like so like I don't know, man. Well, okay, that's why we do this. If it's you, then it's not an EVP. It's just Wendy saying sweet. But I can't explain the guttural noise that I caught when you get the touch.
No, yeah, that's so, the gurgle is paranormal, but
Yeah, but yeah, the gurgle's paranormal, but the sweet is Wendy. Okay,
awesome.
so I've got only one more in here from the daytime walkthrough. We'll hear that weird noise one more time.
Because who says ghosts have night vision? What if they're just like, what is that moving over there? You know?
Yeah. It's just floaters for them. Oh. How am I already sweaty? I haven't done anything.
It's stuffy up here. There's like no air movement. There's like 2 windows open in the front, and that's it. And all it's
Yeah, this one's there moving.
letting in is sound, not even any air. 2 windows open in the front, and that's it. And all the 2 windows open in the front, and that's it.
There's weird like popping or something going on with that too. That's weird. That's a weird voice, in my opinion.
I thought it was a weird voice. And this one kind of goes in line with what we were talking about with shadow people and ghosts, obviously, but like, how are we perceived to ghosts? We don't know because the ghosts are never like, hello, actually, let's sit down and talk about this. But that's what we were talking about. Like, do we just look like shadow people to them? And that's why I said we're just floaters, basically. And I passed by this cute little. This is actually in the room with the doll. I think she's down to the right. That you can't see her by the way that I'm taking this picture. And I was in front of the mirror and I started like kind of moving around. You can't see it here because this isn't a video. It's just a picture. But then as I'm doing that, I get there moving. I don't know if it's in relation to what we were talking about with how are we perceived to ghosts, or if it's because we were actually legitimately just moving through the building. I don't know.
You know
Weird.
that's how it plays out in that movie, The Others. Like
You always reference. I gotta watch that movie again. You reference that movie all the time.
Well, it just dawned on me that that's how it works. That Nicole Kidman's the ghost.
Spoiler.
Sorry. Pretty sure she's a ghost, and the like door shutting and seeing shadow figures. Those are the modern day people that are like living in her house now.
It is a very interesting concept, and like I would like to know. Like sometimes it does seem like they're scared of us, and is it because we do look like shadow people to them? Like what is it? How are they? I'll have to watch that movie again. Actually, I was looking for a good one. I watched a terrible horror movie last night. So I'll look for the others and see if that's still out.
What did you watch?
Oh, geez. Something on Netflix. What was it called? I don't know. This girl, it actually was pretty scary. It was pretty intimidating. Like, she's here illegally. She gets a job. She's not getting paid shit. She's trying to get a license so that she can get a legit job. She goes and she rents this apartment that she saw like an ad for that was like only girls, cash only, that sort of thing. And it's in a crummy part of town. It's just terrible. And so she gets the apartment and she starts, things like actually get worse for her. She has a good friend who says that she can hook her up to get her ID. She just needs $3,500 and she doesn't have that much, but the girl's like, I'll pay for the rest of it. You've been such a good friend to me. So she gives her all her money and then the girl splits town. So then she has no money. And then she's trying to get her ID to say she's from Texas because she lied to her uncle, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short. So it was a pretty good movie up until the point where this concrete box comes into play and this, I don't know, moth man with a head where his asshole should be eats the heads of other people by sitting on them. What the fuck am I watching? and then like, yeah, really. So all the girls that were in this apartment end up getting killed because they're getting eaten by this ass head moth. I don't know. And then in the end, it just ends. She's alive and everyone else is dead. And the end of movie. I'm just like, I just want my 2 hours of my life back. This is a terrible movie. I don't know what it's called, and you shouldn't either. Don't go looking for it.
So yeah, we can leave that one alone. That is hilarious, though. It sounded like a horror movie to begin with. That this poor girl is just struggling to get her life together, and then like the dumbest plot twist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the problem that I have with horror movies. And I love horror movies so much. So, like, I was really like connecting with this character. I felt bad for her. She was really struggling, and like her life was going downhill fast. Like shit just got worse and worse. She got taken advantage of.
That's the real horror movie part.
Yeah.
That the Mothman ass eating thing is the comedy relief.
It is. like seriously, it was like, of all the things, this is what happens now. Oh, come the fuck on. And she defeats it. Because, okay, but everybody dies. So now she's got all this blood on her hands. And I'm like, okay, now what does she do? And then the movie's like, and goodbye. That's the end of this movie. I was like, okay. I prefer a horror movie to have an unhappy ending because it's a horror movie. There shouldn't be a happy ending. So I got slapped in the face with, bitch, here you go. Not a happy ending. But what do you think of that plot twist? So I was just like, terrible. It was just terrible. I don't remember what it was called. I blocked it out of my mind immediately and went to bed.
Fair.
Right. All right. So I do have a little bit of a bonus for you. I know that this episode isn't long enough. So let's
keep going. We should talk about more horror movies.
I've got more horror movie reviews on this episode. No, actually, I got a little bonus for you because when we were in Virginia City, we also did a little day tour at the Mackey Mansion. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, that audio device, the audio recorder that eluded me all night long for 3 hours straight, I tucked it away in my little purse. So I had it for our day tour, and I got, I think, 4 EVPs while I was there. I could not I don't have anything else for the Mackey Mansion, so I thought I'd go ahead and throw it into the end of this episode. Some of them are pretty good. The Mackey Mansion, Mackey House.
Mackey Mansion.
Do you see these little stairs over here too?
Yeah, that goes to the attic.
Yeah. I don't know who was fooled. I don't know if it was the stairs. Maybe they don't go to the attic, or maybe that was just residual. It was just a word, 2 words that came through right after we got our tour. So we took this. It wasn't really like a tour of the whole house. She just kind of gave us a run through of like the main floor, and she was in full costume, very history oriented, and also very like interested in the spirits and stuff there. But it was a good tour, and as soon as she was gone, she just kind of gave us the run of the house. And Wendy and I, went to taking pictures and looking at things, and I pulled out my recorder, and I get this right away, like 58 seconds in.
That's funny. Like,
It's funny, right?
yeah, I would just wonder who it's talking to. I also would love to know what the fuck are we looking at right now.
I know. That's why I had to use this picture, because I'm like, that is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of weird shit, look at this guy in this jar. I have no idea, but I thought the picture of the house was really pretty.
Yeah.
They just have some weird random shit right in front of it. So
Yeah.
I could have used the picture of the stairs, but no, I chose this instead.
I love it.
Good. This next one you'll really love. I don't think it's as clear as I want it to be, but it's there.
Video. I'm gonna start flying in Reno. If we ever come back, we'll fly in.
Yeah, totally. They want us to come back. Just saying.
Hey.
All right. I love that. So like that felt like they were listening to us talk, because you just said it. If we ever come back, we got to fly into Reno. Obviously, this was a long ass drive. I mentioned it earlier. Wendy did a ton of driving to get us to Virginia City, and they're like, yeah, come back. Like nobody comes to the Mackey Mansion. Come back.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess we knew that you could rent out the Mackey Mansion, but we just didn't. It's that or the Washoe Club, And,
Yeah.
But we did talk about we've got to come back and we've got to rent out the Mackey Mansion next time. But since we've been doing these reviews, like that's all I want to do now is to go back with like, this is what we should have been doing all along, right? It's like we review our evidence right away so we know how to approach the situation next time in a place like this, or going back to that place. So I want to revisit, and I'm not the type of person that does want to do something again, because there's so many haunted locations out there,
Yeah.
But I would be so game to revisit a lot of locations now, knowing like the evidence that we got from there. So,
oh yeah,
but
I agree.
We got to go in with better energy for all of our locations, but definitely the Washoe Club, because we were just so tired then.
Yeah. And there's so much going on there. I feel like if we had more energy, that we would have definitely got more out of that place. But at least the Mackey Mansion, they're inviting us. We have an invitation to come back. So
hey, we'll talk after this. We gotta get our calendars together.
That's right. I wonder if it comes with a discount code, because that would be nice.
That's good. I like
the ghost, like, lady, I've got a ghost on recording telling me to come back. You have to give me 50% off. Yeah. 2 for 1, something. That one was my favorite of these, but the other 2 are still pretty good. This one's kind of funny.
I don't know. It's supposed to be tricks, right?
We're talking about David Copperfield, and like how we'd still like to see it, even though it's tricks. So I originally thought that the voice here is kind of related to that, but it might actually be related to the amount of money I'm about to tip the tour guide.
Yeah, it is.
Not real.
No, it's all sleight of hand.
It's an amazing sleight of hand bullshit making it fly. So
yeah. Oh, are we? Hang on, I'm gonna leave a tip.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's just this one room that's here. Because you're using all your cash.
I got $5. I can pay $5, right? Is that okay for a tip?
Yeah. Because you're using all your cash.
I mean, the Mackey person was supposed to be a billionaire, right? So, like I said, when I first heard this, I thought he was talking about, because we're talking about David Copperfield and now it's supposed to be sleight of hand. But the more I thought about it, he's like, wow, you're only going to leave $5.
No, maybe he's impressed. I don't know. I don't know which way it is, but that is hilarious, and especially since their sign is for the tips are for the ghost. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So that could go either way. If we were only there for, I don't even think we were there an hour, but I got voices left and right. They were very active. Again, it could have been the amount of energy that we had because I felt like not even having an hour and a half of worth of sleep, I felt like I was doing pretty damn good. When we got to the other place, Gold Hill, that's when we were just like, I cannot function anymore. But here, I felt like I had a lot of energy. So maybe they were vibing with that, or maybe they're just more active. I don't know. But anyways, I only have one more surprise, and then that's it.
I'm sure you love all your cash.
That was really cool. It's so quiet. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. Yes. Uh-huh.
Cool. So I don't know if they were like, yeah, not everyone said anything to you, but I don't know. I don't know what else that could mean.
That's how I would take it. And
Mhm.
the invitation to come back and like
Uh,
not everybody was talking to you, so you have to come back to hear us again later.
right.
Like they are making me want to pull out like my calendar and
I know.
and
Book
call
it.
up these places and find out what's available. That's cool. That is super cool.
Yeah, I loved that. I had to throw it in there. I only had those four, but I kind of felt like, and of course you hear the train going by like right at the same time. Whoop whoop! Like it's such a fun town. There's so much going on. There's a graveyard there that we really didn't get a chance to explore. There was another hotel we tried to like kind of creep through at night. And they had the wild horses, I think, roaming through that town.
Yes, they did.
Deer. It was cool. It was a happening spot. And then the spirits were just, especially at Mackey Mansion. I think they saw me pull out that audio device and they're like, oh shit, my girls, let's go. They really wanted to, I feel like the Washoe Club would have really opened up to us if we just came in with more energy. So maybe we could get a shadow guy or girl next time we go if we end up going back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mackey Mansion was like open invitation, guys. Whenever you want to come here, y'all come on.
I loved that town. Like, so what,
Yeah.
this is what's crazy is like, I had been to Virginia City before
Yeah.
and we went in beginning of October, let's say. It was the kids' fall break. And then we went up there and that town was dead. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. You told me that. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, things were still happening. We stayed at the Silver Queen, and the room right next to us had
That's
a
right.
drunk couple. So obviously bars were still popping, but when we arrived at like dinner time, not shit was open. Like my poor children were starving.
That's
Um,
right.
yeah, so they were eating like junk food that we just had in the car because there was like no
Nothing.
restaurants open or nothing. Obviously, there was a bar open somewhere because these people appeared in the room next to us. The next day, it was very pleasant. There were shops open. We went to brunch, but they
Mm,
roll up the streets at night, very much like Tombstone does as well. But
gotcha.
when we were there
Oh my
in
gosh.
September, there were tours going on, like the
Oh
little
yeah.
train going around. I mean, there was a good few years difference, so maybe they just like they started with like more tourism things going on. But it was such a happening place. Even with our lack of sleep, it was hard not to be like, oh my God, just like
Yeah.
look at all the life that is happening here and everything that's going on. And they're like, come to my little cave underneath it was like
Yeah. We just
an old mine. Yeah, part of an old mine
yeah.
underneath a random bar in town. Like there was just so much going on that yeah, we were like, we've got to come back and we've got to do it differently so that we're not exhausted. But
For sure.
but it is like for people that have never heard of Virginia City, like I don't know why you haven't. It is so cool. It is so
It is.
cool. If you're into old ghost towns, like you don't even have to be into ghost, but if you're just into that old western town
Oh
feel,
yeah.
this place has got it for you. They've got everything going on. All the old little candy shops,
Yeah.
saloons, restaurants, tours everywhere to know what the town was like back in the day. It's
They were
super
doing
cool.
gunfights. Remember out on the street, they were doing like the reenactment gunfights. And I don't even know what would have happened there. Because when you're in a tombstone, I mean, like, you know, the history of OK Corral and all of that. So you know what they're reenacting. But these guys are just out there like, yeah, giddy up. And they're shooting off their cap guns and all this. I mean, there was just so much life. And the tours were so fun. Like Wendy and I woke up to like this happening that was it was not that poppin' when we got there. I mean, the bars were open and people were kind of filtering in and out, but it was, you know, kind of not as live. And then the next day it was almost like it was a holiday. Oh, maybe it was. It was Labor Day weekend, wasn't it?
It was
Oh, oh, that's why it was popping. That's what I guess.
it was Labor Day weekend, yeah. So I guess it was really popping, maybe because of that.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know. I don't know. It was super cool though,
Yeah, it was.
and they cranked it super early
They
because
did.
when we were just so I think we were supposed to be out of the Washoe Club at 7 o'clock, like 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And we stayed in the building because we went back in that other part of the building until about 9 o'clock or whatever, maybe. But we were up in those in the building, the apartment, the club, whatever, and you could then start hearing like these old cars, like people were pulling up in their old antique
Oh yeah.
cars,
Cool
and
cars.
they were getting out of the car, and they were like, "Woo, woo!" And we're like, "It is 9 o'clock in the morning."
These people are getting crunk early. There was busloads of these people
Yeah.
just showing up all of a sudden.
Because we were doing a podcast still at this time. And so once we left and we went out front and we recorded some of our, like,
That's right.
after the investigation part of the podcast, we're out
At the
there with,
garbage can.
yeah, we're out there at a garbage can with microphones. People are going by, woo, woo,
Oh yeah.
and people were coming to open up their saloons and stuff. And we're like, it is 9 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. What are
We
these people
were
doing?
we were the oldest people there. Like, why are they so lively? Go to bed.
Yeah.
It's like it's too early for this nonsense. Yeah.
Get some breakfast or something before you start in on the saloon. But
Yeah. You would
yeah,
have thought that there was a rock concert about to happen. Just people were so pumped and I love it. I feel like their energy like just livens up the spirits. Like, you know, maybe that is why the Washoe happens to have so much action. Just the people that are in that town are loving it so much. Maybe we don't go again when it's a holiday weekend. Maybe we go during a regular weekend and see if it's still that popping. I don't know. I don't know if we ever go again. But it's fascinating. The time that we went together, it was like Disneyland. Just there was so much, everything, and we did everything we could.
yeah, we
Yeah, we
rode
didn't
all
sleep.
the rides.
Let's do that tour. Let's go down in that mine. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We did.
Then we got to our next location and we were like, let's go to bed.
Yeah, we're supposed to do a podcast. I'm going to bed. Good night. We did do the podcast though.
We did do the podcast because even there, it was so poppin'. Like
It was.
the main street, it was crazy. It was
Yeah.
crazy. And,
Yeah, we didn't.
and they had a restaurant too, so they had a lot of people there.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be a real fascinating place, so I'm sure it is, but we were exhausted and it was crowded. So there was not much in the way of ghost hunting going on there either.
Yeah, it was hard. Sorry.
But yeah, so for the Washoe Club, that is all that I have. I don't think I have any more. I think I exhausted it. I don't have any video other than what's already out there on our website. And it's all video like what I kind of just showed you. I went back and forth between that and my audio and did as much debunking as I could, except for the fact that we did confirm that the suite was Wendy, not a spirit. But the rest of it is yet to be challenged. So get your asses out to the Washoe Club, do your own investigation, and hit us up and let us know what you find. Let me know what you think about some of the EVPs that I caught. If you think any of it's bullshit, that's cool. That's your opinion, man, and that's just fine. I love it. I thought the Washoe Club was fun, and I thought the Mackey Mansion was also just ready. Like they're just like, oh, thank you so much for coming. We want to talk to you. And I don't have any more of the Mackey Mansion either. So I am opening and closing what I have for those two places with this show. Check all of our socials for all the clips that we'll release. If I have anything else, that's where it'll go. COTN_paranormal on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. It's COTN_paranormal, or it is Evidence Autopsy. No, I think it's all COTN_paranormal. We just have the logo here and there, whatever. We just like to mix it up. So just to confuse you as much as I possibly can.
Well, thank you for that. I loved every bit of it. That was a super magical trip for us.
Oh, yeah.
Even if we were exhausted half the
Oh,
time,
man.
we did some really cool shit. And so I love that we finally got to hear the voices of the Washoe Club and find out what was going on with them. They're an interesting bunch for sure. From your
They are.
it's there's some interesting stuff going on there. I don't know if it's
Don't know.
residual. I mean, all of it. Some of it does sound like they're interacting with us, and then some sound like their own conversations. And so, is
Yeah.
that their own intelligent conversations that they're still just having, or is it residual? I don't know, but it is very interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved
It's
hearing that. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's definitely worth reinvestigating. If anybody happens to go, ask for Curly or Tom or maybe even Chip and see what you
And
get.
Peter also.
And Peter. That's
Yeah.
right. And Peter.
Mhm.
All of those names. They're all men's names. Where's the ladies? Maybe Curly's a lady. I don't know.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could
That
be.
one.
Cool. Well, that is it.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.